Hello, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name's Wendy Wing. I'm doing a psychic tarot reading for you, tuning into the day's energies, seeing what divine messages of guidance come through. This is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. Thank you. What's hidden from the viewer? What's hidden? That would be thank you. Move some cards over, create some space, outcome, and advice. Thank you. All right. So this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. The overall energy of this reading is the 10 of Wands. It looks like you're carrying a lot of burdens, but carrying a harvest, bringing in the harvest. It feels like it's exhausting work, but it feels like you're very close to completion. I love this imagery here. This is one of the new tarot decks that one of you suggested, the Tarot of the Cosmic Seed. Love this. Thank you all for your suggestions. I was just doing reading through the comments, your comments, and there were a couple more suggestions, and one of them was something I was already looking at, kind of on the fence, and so the suggestion really helps me take a yes to that. So I appreciate you guys taking the time and to comment and share your tarot deck suggestions. I really appreciate that. So beautiful imagery here. I'm drawn to this kind of geometric energy around here and the gold in the background. All right. Harvest coming in. It feels exhausting. In the northern hemisphere, we are in fall, autumn, and so harvest time as well. What does the viewer, whoever's here, what do they need to know about the 10 of Wands? All right. It's also an end of a season, an end of a laborious time. All right, we've got Justice, Queen of Cups reversed with her back turned, and can I talk? 10 of Swords in reverse. Painful ending, 2 10s coming out right away. So it feels like something is wrapping up, something is ending. An exhausting cycle near completion, and there's been some difficulties, painful communications during this time. It feels like that's ending as well. Let's start with Justice. Balance, bringing things. And it's Libra energy. Justice is Libra energy. I see swords, air energy is the upper chakras, upper 3 chakras. And so staying balanced in your thoughts. What does... Okay. Oh, no. Oh, right. Ace of Swords reversed. Strength card reversed. There's a need to stay balanced as you're bringing in some type of harvest. Feels like there's someone who's insecure, someone who's got a foundational lie, something that they're not perceiving correctly. They're feeling very insecure. It feels like it's this Queen of Cups in reverse with her back turned. Someone who's... Ooh, I just heard butt hurt. Someone's in their emotions. Someone's upset, wounded, Feels like they're making it your problem or they're blaming you. This is a very insecure person who's got some misconception about you, a foundational lie. It feels like they can't see themselves clearly. They've got some type of wounding going on within them that's making them insecure, that's making it so they can't see what's going on. It looks like the advice is to stay balanced so you can create justice for yourself. Justice isn't some arbitrary energy outside that you invite in. It's an activity that you are either balanced in your thoughts or you're not. And the more imbalanced in your thoughts, the more you invite imbalance into your life. And so it feels like what I'm getting here is to stay balanced. This someone, with the burdens, the 10 of Wands, it feels like this person is trying to make their issues yours, trying to blame you. And it feels like 10 of Swords in reverse, like a lot of painful communication from this person. Tell me more about this Queen of Cups in reverse. Someone who's got something going on within them, but they're projecting it onto you, is what I'm getting at first. Oh, this feels like a whole story here. All right. Whoever this is, this Queen of Cups in reverse, someone who's got something going on within them. They're feeling insecure. They've got a false belief. It's not true. But somehow they're trying to burden you or creating burdens for you and creating a lot of painful communication. It looks like this person doesn't have options. With the King of Swords in reverse and with his back turned, I get the feeling like this person has a lot of misconceptions. It feels like they might be trying to manipulate you, trying to make their problems your problem. I've got a problem, and now I see it's your problem. I'm making my problems yours and burdening you with the whatever this is. It's manipulation. I don't get the feeling that you can communicate clearly to this person because they're operating from a fundamental lie, a deceptive, the way they're seeing themselves, the situation, you. It feels like they just are looking through a lens that's distorted and have beliefs, lots of beliefs. Feels like this person might be feeling a bit desperate because they don't have options. I don't feel like you can change this, convince them, try to use communication to heal, to try at all. I mean, this is someone who is determined that this is the truth and that then you're the problem, and there's no invitation to correct this. I don't feel like you can communicate with this person in this energy as I'm perceiving so far. They lack the emotional intelligence. That's twice. Now the King of Cups in reverse is showing up. I think this person makes their emotions, their feelings, how they're feeling your problem. Somehow how they feel about you, about situation. I think you've healed from these types of relationships, of relating this way. I think you're seeing that this is, you can't, it's not your job to fix someone else's emotions. That's an inside job. And what I'm seeing here is you're having to reimagine something and let go of this connection of this person because this isn't going to work at all. The opposite. Now we've got the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. That's 3 tens. It feels like you're ending a cycle with this type of energy, with someone who they're looking for blame. This is emotional immaturity. Just the same way I'm trying to get the birds to quiet down. Sometimes I can, like that, and get them to kind of quiet because they can. And what I'm seeing here is this person with their perceptions and their belief systems and the lens that they're looking through. They're incredibly insecure. And they've got false perceptions. This person feels like a victim, but it feels like they've created this victimhood. I'm not saying that this person hasn't been hurt, victimized, but at some point it feels like they are making everybody else responsible for their emotions, for their wounds. And I think what I'm seeing here is there's a need to reimagine, to let go of the burdens of this cycle, of this type of energy. You can stay balanced. You can focus on what's yours. But it feels like this person wants you to balance them out, to fix them, to heal them. And it's not your job. It's something that has to happen from inside. Let's look at what's hidden. We've got the Devil reversed and the 8 of Coins in reverse. I think this person's toxic. They're codependent. They're draining you, exhausting you, burdening you, making you carry the burdens, creating painful communication. And it feels like they don't know how to get to work, to make things work. It looks like they don't put the work in. It feels like they're just kind of down on their luck, insecure, immature, but expecting you to like carry whatever project or work or whatever this is. And in what's hidden, Devil reversed, High Priestess coming out as a challenge to these energies. Devil reverse, I think you're letting go of this toxic energy. I think you recognize how draining it is with 10 of Wands, that you can't carry people. You're not a Sherpa. People that expect or need you to carry them instead of them learning, and it creates dependency and codependency. I think you're detaching from these type of connections that are weighing on you. That people who don't know how to work, don't know how to put the work in, aren't willing to put the work in. And it looks like they're challenged by your intuition, your High Priestess energy. You have unlimited potential. She has no roof over her head, so she has unlimited potential. She's in between these columns of dark and light. light and shadow. Feels like you're very comfortable with your light and your shadow. You keep things hidden in what's hidden. I think you're very good at detecting potential. You have unlimited potential. This person's challenged by that. Feels like there's an expectation here that you do the work, because they can't do it themselves. It feels like a lot of excuses, a lot of immaturity, a lot of insecurity. But when it comes to it, they're not putting in the work, is what I'm seeing. I get the feeling that they were expecting you to carry them. Wow. Queen and King of Pentacles, both in reverse, Fool card reverse. It's a toxic couple that doesn't work. No one's putting in the work. No one's focusing on and collaborating. It's a reckless energy. Repeat cycle. Okay, so I get the feeling whoever this is for you, viewer, there's also the King and Queen of Cups both in reverse in this energy. Two matched pairs, but they're both in reverse. It's not a good mix. If it's whatever this is, it feels like you might have thought that this was a partnership that would work. I can't tell if this is romance, friend, work, school, whatever environment this is in. You might have thought this was a great match, but it's not. It's not a good match. Feels like it brings out everybody's shadow aspects. But mostly what I'm getting in what's hidden is you're detaching from anything that doesn't work. And someone who's reckless, who's repeating cycles, who doesn't know how to put the work in, doesn't know how to work. There's just a lack. I keep seeing that. There's just no work. There's no effort being put. It's not even about it. They don't know how to create. That's what I'm getting. It feels like they create a lot of communication, things this wrong, this doesn't work. I just don't see that this person, this is just not a good fit. And I think you're recognizing that it's not a good fit because you feel burdened by the connection. They can't, they don't know how to put the work in. I keep saying the same thing. So I'm going to move on. All right, we've got the Six of Swords in reverse. This is the outcome and advice. No way. We've got the Ten of Wands in reverse again. Wait, this can't be the Ten of Wands. New cards. All right, it's Six of Wands in reverse. So we've got the, sixes. Six of Swords reversed. Six of Wands reversed. World card reversed in the outcome and advice. There's a lack of expansion. A lack of moving on. A lack of success. Proof's in the pudding. It doesn't matter what it feels like this person might have a lot of excuses and a lot of reasons and a lot of, but if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And it feels like there's an inability to move on from this. Lack of success, repeating cycles. Instead of trying to make it work, trying to make something work. 5 of Cups, 6 of Wands, now upright. I think this is disappointing. But it looks like if you allow the disappointment, be upset, process through the grief that this didn't work out, it looks like success is down the road. Not with this person, though. Not in this connection, because it feels like they're needing you to do the heavy lifting here. Anything else in the outcome and advice? It looks like you start focusing on what does work. 7 of Pentacles, focusing on what does work to allow it to grow. And I think in this reading, there's someone that obviously it doesn't work, and it's disappointing. But it feels like you're looking for solutions. Go through the disappointment, allow it. Yeah, it's disappointing. But instead of trying to keep it work, instead of trying to carry this person, 10 of Wands, allowing them to move on. Be disappointed, but focus on what does work going forward. Give attention to what is working. Cut out anything that's not working. Streamline so you can have that success. Feels like after you allow the disappointment of this to go through, then you're able to focus on what does work and have the success that you're wanting. It looks like whoever this other person is that I've been describing in this reading, they're challenged by your happiness, by you being able to move on. They're challenged by your happiness. They feel like you're blessed and that somehow this person feels very entitled to what's yours. You can't vibrate for someone else. There we go. I think you were trying to get this person. The Pentacles and the Cups were showing up. Queen and King of Pentacles, King and Queen of Cups. Both in reverse. All in reverse. I think you were trying to balance this person. Balance their emotions, get them happy and in blessings, get them balanced in their base chakra and stability, independence, abundance. I think you were trying to invest in them, see if they could rise to the occasion, but it looks like they don't. I don't want to say that again. They don't know how. Or they're unable or unwilling to put the work in to make themselves happy. I think they're depending on you, wanting you to make them happy and put them in blessings, like vibrate for them. We can influence people with our energy, but temporarily. Chronically over time, if someone is needing you to lift them up so they can be in blessings and be happy and keep them stable and secure and create abundance for them. If they're looking to you, they're not doing it for themselves, and that's draining. So you might be recognizing, it looks like you are learning, if you allow, a recognition that there are people who can meet you at the level where you're at and hit the ground running and put the work in. And there are people who just can't. Maybe they created some false perceptions around what they thought they could do, what they could bring to the table. Something like that. But I think what you're learning here is you can't, You can't vibrate for someone. You can't vibrate in their frequency. You can't give your energy to someone else. Temporarily, yes, and influence them for a day or two, but without that chronic and constant needing your energy, needing your blessings, needing your happiness, needing your stability, it's just draining you. And instead, I think what you're learning is you need someone who is capable, who can do that for themselves and meet you at that level. So you're not just carrying, you're not a Sherpa. You're not carrying people. So, all right, that's your reading. I hope that was helpful. Thank you. Have a great day.